Good evening, everyone. This is the Communications Committee of the Athens City Commission on Disabilities. With us tonight is myself, Arian Smedley, Dr. Lewis, Dr. Carolyn Lewis, and we have a guest tonight, Noah Tremblay, and we will get to that piece. When we get to that piece of the agenda, we will invite Noah to help us with that piece of the discussion. We do not have a quorum this evening, so we won't be making any motions for approval of anything, but we'll just walk our way through the agenda tonight. The first order of business is to talk about our minutes, and I didn't see any adjustments to be made, and obviously we'll table the approval of that. Dr. Lewis, did you have any chance to review them, and did you have any additions or changes?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, so that'll be good to just, we'll hold on to that item for next time. We'll move on to new business. The first item on there is the June letter to the editor, and I wrote it as a draft, but it actually has since been published, which it was a great letter. It was in the Athens News, I believe. This was written by Diane in support of the source of income discrimination ban. So I was happy to see that run. And also our column ran in the Athens Messenger. So that was by Claire.
And that was news yesterday.
I'm sorry?
It was in the Messenger too?
Yes. Well, I believe it was. I may be confusing publications.
It was in the A News. I didn't see it in the Messenger yet.
Oh, it may have been. I might be switching publications in my head here on which published which. But that was a very nice one as well. So the next item is to discuss our July letter to the editor. If we have any ideas on what we want to cover.
What's happening in July?
And certainly we can continue to think, and if we don't have any ideas right now, that's okay.
You might want to bring it up to the commission next week already?
I know already.
Yeah, next week, and see if anyone has any ideas and might want to volunteer to write one.
Yep. The same goes for the July column. The next item on the agenda was June and July column, but we actually had a June column, and that's already run, so that's great. So we'll just be looking for July letter to the editor ideas and column ideas. And yeah, we'll bring that up at the next commission meeting and see what thoughts people have and who would be willing to write those.
For the column, we're starting to promote the Athena Award for November. Mm-hmm. And, so we'll conclude, I think, the end of August. So I'm starting to pull all those releases of things together probably next week. They should have gone out the first, actually. But we can do the column on the Athena Award. And
that's
maybe
perfect.
get some quotes from past winners like Patty and Dr. Smith and what it's meant to them and how important it is for people to throw the hat in the ring or someone else's name in the ring.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that would be perfect.
Okay.
We'll move on to the next item, which was the request from the Accessibility Committee. And that's where Noah comes in. We had some material submitted along with our agenda, which was the form that was completed by the Accessibility Committee detailing out or sharing some information about what they were looking for. And I had invited Noah, or just a rep from Accessibility Committee, to come on tonight and just share with a little more detail what they were looking for. So I'll kick it over to you, Noah, if you're ready.
Recording.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
You wouldn't want to know. Well, yeah, I'll tell you. Last night, the night before last, I heard this huge thunderclap in the middle of the night. You know what it was? It was a huge tree branch hitting our car
Oh no.
and breaking our carport roof.
Oh, I'm
It
so
was
sorry.
amazing. And well, but the good news is, the people are coming, and the guy came just now, and I just talked to him about, taking the tree apart. It's awful.
So sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's okay. But it's like no one was killed and no one was injured, so it's okay.
Well, Rose, we're at the part of the agenda where we've invited Noah to share a little bit of what the Accessibility Committee was hoping to get some help with from the Communications Committee. And I'll just read the project description, and then Noah, whenever you're ready, you can chime in. It says, we are going to present to the Chamber of Commerce around signage and accessibility for local businesses. We would like to give businesses a template for creating signage around accessibility and ideas about how to become more accessible businesses. We're hoping the Chamber will help to promote these signs and brochures.
Well, that sounds good.
I think I was on their meeting when they were talking about this, and I mentioned that the chamber has at least 400 and some names, maybe more. That anytime we need something distributed, they're always happy to help us. We just send them a copy and they send it out to all those people, which saves us time and money.
Sure.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, right.
So included with that request, and Noah, please feel free to interrupt at any time, whenever you'd like to say anything at all. Included in the request was a document that said that outlined 7 things businesses and programs can do to improve access. And I assume the request was to maybe design this into a brochure. Okay. I see a nod from Noah. So maybe just some formatting and design help from Communications Committee, which we can do.
Right.
And was there a template for signs was also requested? And what were the signs to say? Was this part of the discussion about better signage for how to access the accessible entrances? Okay.
We are going to be working with the code office, and we're helping with the chamber to give this out to whoever is interested.
Okay. Cool. So as far as I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think the deadline is, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's July, the end of July. Okay.
Yes, I can see that there on the form. So as far as the template for signs for businesses goes, is it just a matter of like accessible, a sign, depending on the dimensions, it just says something like accessible entrance and maybe an arrow, something like that? Is that what you're thinking? Sorry, there's a squad coming by.
Are we good?
I think so. I was waiting to see if Noah had more to share.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Noah. I think I see now what the verbiage of the sign was also included in the documents. It says, if you need assistance to enter or access our services, please call whatever number or ring doorbell. and then it says accessible entrance. So, okay, I think we have what we need. But certainly add any more you need to, Noah, that would be helpful for us.
Just the two things, the signage and the 7 points in a brochure that we can send electronically probably.
Okay, so maybe I can do a first crack at it, if that's okay, and then send it out and get feedback from the committee. Does that sound okay?
That sounds wonderful.
Okay.
We would like the accessible Athens logo on it also.
I can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Was there anything more about that item before we moved on? No? Okay. Well, thank you so much, Noah, for coming on tonight and providing a little extra bit of context. And I think we have what we need now to get started. And we'll include you on the communications for that as we're drafting it up, so that you can provide any feedback. All right. We'll move on now to the next item, which is the promotion of the.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Moving on to the promotion of Athena Award nominees, and we will have some of that happening with the column that we'll do. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about, Dr. Willis?
Yeah, we'll probably send out letters to some of the civic clubs again. We really didn't get a lot of, we got 1 or 2, I think, nominations from the civic clubs. But we'll send out, I'm working on the releases. It's just a matter of changing the dates and plugging in a little bit more information. And sending it to the radio stations. And last year, I know Dr. Smith and I did some interviews, did some WUB things, Emily Vogt targets and things. So I'm sending all that out probably next week. I'm trying to get through this, a couple of other things, and then and we're in a good time frame. As long as it goes out July, August, we're good.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Next item is the administrative access to the Disabilities Commission Facebook page. And this item is on there because Claire will be taking a temporary leave from our commission. And so what I can do is I'll work with her. Hi. I'll work with her to get that so that we can continue to make posts to the commission Facebook page. So that'll be a task for me to work on for next time. Well, we'll move on to old business. We have an item about publicizing oral history. And when we last talked about this, Claire had mentioned possibly using some material, repurposing some material, and I'm not sure where that stands. I don't know if you're involved with that at all, Dr. Lewis.
No, I'm not.
Okay. I can circle back with Claire and see where that stands and whether or not maybe we just put a pin in that until she comes back, or if we want to pick it up and take and run with it.
We should probably wait until she comes back.
Okay, I think that'd be just fine. And for announcements, I was just going to announce about Claire, but I've already kind of shared her updates. So we will welcome her back when she's ready, and until then, we'll carry forward.
We can probably approve the minutes now that Rose is on.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion then to approve the May 13, 2021 minutes.
So moved.
I approve the May 13th minutes.
I second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right. Were there any other announcements that we hadn't talked about yet? None? Seeing none. Our next meeting is July 8th. And hopefully by then we'll have a solid draft or a close to finalized draft of the material requested by the Accessibility Committee. And we'll meet at 5:30.
Okay,
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I so moved.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Look at how cute the baby's getting. I mean,
Aaron's baby.
have her smile.
Keep her there for a minute. Keep her there.
You want to say hi?
Oh, cute. Oh,
See him? She's got her show going on in the background, so she's
cute. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah, she is cute.